so that it can move, so you don't want to get in there and flood. Otherwise they shift and move and you're going to see cracking, so avoid that. I set the perimeter up real quick. I'll go ahead and spray that back edge lightly. Okay, just to kind of get it in there. Give that a second just to kind of soak into the wood and get underneath. Otherwise you'll load too much up and then it will stick up the side. Well, that's set. You can use a turntable for this guy, and that'll work. Sometimes I just throw a bucket. It makes it a little bit easier with these. I normally do this in the other spray booth. Oh, that one's got to set up. We hit the corner. So when spraying these cabinet doors, what I like to do is go ahead and start off. Well, number one, always take high pressure air, dry air. All right, it's gotta be dry, no moisture, nothing. We're gonna get this out. Get the crevices of the floating panel. Get that off. Keep in mind, anytime you blow liquid or compressed air across a surface, including the spray paint, you will charge this surface and make it electrostatically pull any debris into the finish. So if you guys are having any sort of issues with that, make sure you ground your air as well. That helps mitigate that. Now, I like to start off with a nice diluted of the primer. Dilute the primer down enough so that when we get it in the crevices, it can soak into the wood and wick into the panel past the actual inlay. That way, when you get it in that position, when it moves back and forth with natural humidity, you won't see it as much. So the first coat of the post-catalyzed primer is thinned down more so that it can get in there. So I start off let that set for a minute. I'll go ahead and hit the panel on the outside. 1, 2, 3, the back side. 4. You got a turntable? It's easy to spin these around, no big deal. This product dries in 5 minutes to a full cure. You let this go. We're going to lay it on nice and level. Nice consistent spray pattern, overlap. Give this second to heat up and give us about a minute like this. You are going to see the natural joints in the actual finish. You can get away with this depending on how they mortise in the joints, how it was put together and glued, to minimize that. I don't like using spackle over this because simply they start to pull apart, crack, and fail. We don't caulk the panel joints because it causes issues. Now we'll cross hatch it this way. Voila, done. That's the air compressor kicking on. It's a pneumatic sprayer, so